it's another K-Town beat.
YouTube, it's your boy, Mr. Outliner. Man, I'm back. I've been gone for a minute on the haircut blast, but I'm back today. I got he did a wolf. I think this is like a 90-day wolf, so 3 months, right? So the thing about his hair, it is compressed, it's packed, and then look how, these spots in his head, because he wears the do-rag and his hair is just, this was a difficult haircut for me, man. Like, this is not an easy haircut. How do you get everything to blend in, with the thinning spots or the lighter spots? And, it's really no easy way around it to make it look full. You can comb it like that to try to make it look full, but you see how his hair is when you do that. Maybe he could just grow his hair out and leave it like this, combed out this way instead of having waves to make it look fuller, right? That's a suggestion. Or, you can use enhancements to try to help camouflage that look, right? So you see how thick his hair is, man. Like, this is like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 inches thick after you comb it out. From looking at it was about a 1.5, right? But after you comb it out, man, it's like 4 or 5. So this is what we're dealing with. Also with the back, this is what happens when you pick it out, because comb it out, because you have to, in order to see how thick the hair is, how it's laying, everything. Even though it's compressed in the waves, you can see that, but combing it out is essential. So this is my foreguard, and actually after going back looking at the video, this fore is probably good, a good height for his hair after woofing, but it's still maybe too thick. That's not exactly what he wanted, right? So maybe this fore would have been good afro type look, but maybe he can compress it down into waves again. I don't know, but I ended up using a 2-guard after that because it still was just thick, and I kind of wanted everything to still kind of like blend in together closer to where the lighter parts were. So we ended up using a 2-guard. We came down with it a little bit more, and I used the 2-guard open and just went all the way around the head. So after I finished that, I ended up using a 2-guard here. So I used the 2-guard here, and what I wanted to do was the same 2-guard that I used open. I just wanted to go against the grain in the area of the taper. I want to start blending it into the light spot that was there, when we first started. So I want to do that on wherever we're going to put the tape at. So at the bottom of the nape, and then also on the other side by the temple, I want to debulk there also. You see how the disconnect is, it's like super thick right there and a little lighter. So this is what I had to work with afterwards, right? So this is just me debulking more, trying to make everything smooth and consistent. And I kind of get it to where I wanted it enough. So after that, after you kind of get it to that point, now I can come in and I can start the fade, right? So for me, I start with no guard, and my clipper is closed, and I make my first guideline like I do with any other taper. This is just a normal taper, like right around the temple area. Uh, but we're gonna bring it up higher. I'm not gonna do like a high taper with no curve or anything like that, but I'm gonna bring the taper up a little higher than I normally would, just because of where he's standing at, right? So, right here, I just want to mess with that guideline, right? That first guideline, I opened my clipper now. At first, I went in closed, and now I want to open the clipper. So that's what I did. So again, this is a tricky type haircut, right? For me, for anybody, this is a tricky haircut, So here, I use my 1.5 guard after that because I didn't want to use the one because I want to start to blend into the top, which I have a 2 there, right? And I'm using the corner of the blade in order to feather it because I don't want to fade it too hard, but I want to feather it, right? And against the flow pattern of the hair, right? So, the corner of the blade is crucial in this. Feathering is used to help with blending, without creating an extra guideline. So we use the 1.5 there. We come back, we got our 1 guard. And we got the 1 guard, we do the same thing. We corner the blade again, right? And we just fading out the line, right? The guideline that we made, right? So and now you see that I'm using the brush because I want the hair to come together more, more tighter. When you use the comb, it kind of makes it a little loose, but when you use the brush, it makes it come together tighter, right? And you see I got it blended in with his light spot. It's actually looking really good, like it actually goes together, right? And that's the thing I wanted to create. If he's gonna wear it at a 2, it's gonna have to blend this well, right? So after that, after I use my 1 guard, I come back and this is my 1/2 guard, just to assist with the blending a little bit. It helps out a little bit, especially with thinning hair like this or even straight hair. I like to use my 1/2 guard, right? Because it's gonna help. This is definitely gonna help, right? And corner the blade just like we've been doing. So now you can kind of see the taper is kind of coming together. The rest of it would be just touch and go, pick your spots, detailing a little bit. What you see on the fade, the line is pretty much basically gone, right? So now you just have a faded area, blurry area, right? So that's what we have right here. So now after we do this side, we can go to the other side. And once we spin them around on this side, we just gonna speed it up and we do the exact same thing. Now, once we get to the back, it's the same process, but I just kind of wanted to go over it with you a little bit. So you see how thin he is in the back also. You know, I don't know. I don't have hair, and I haven't had hair for a long time. Maybe like, almost close to 10 years, right? So I understand that. I don't really know, but I understand that the do-rag helps with the formation of waves and keeping the hair together, compressed tight and things like that. But I also understand that wearing it in the same position, the same type of way, can cause thinning or something to that degree. So maybe he need to try a different type of do-rag or a different method, or put something under it before he put the do-rag on, to like not damage his hair so much. And maybe his hair is just like that, but it seems like it's in the area of where the do-rag would be, right? But anyway, I wanted to show you the back. So you see the back, and I'm really just working it the same, try not to bring it too high, but at the same time still have a nice transition going, right? And so that's what I did here. I just took my time and tried to blend it in as much as possible, right? So this haircut took me a little while because of the challenging aspects of the hair. It wasn't a cut where I could just run through it, basically like blend like I normally do. So I had to kind of work with it. The hair is going in a bunch of different directions. So on the back, take your time. With hair like this, you gotta really take your time and focus on what you're doing. Once that's completed, now I can just come in, I can trim, the little wild hairs that's sticking up. Of course, you have the wild hairs that's sticking up because it's been growing out, woofing to a certain degree. So we just want to give it a more fresh look, laying down, going into the waves. The waves are still there, that's popping. Now, you want to use your Mr. Outliner detailing mist when it comes to the edge up. Now, look at this edge up, look what we're working with, right? You spray it, and after you spray the Mr. Outliner mist, you want to look at it and see exactly your starting points. You see it's kind of low on this side, and over to the left side of the screen, it's a big patch. So this is the other challenging part about this haircut, right? But if you just take your time, you can work it, and you'll get the results that you're looking for. Now, you want to camouflage that area right there where it was high at. I like to start on that side to get it, get that side done, and then the other side you can match it to this side, right? So this is the more challenging side to connect or to get right. So this is where I started at. So the edge up is already coming out. It's crisp. It's cool for what I want to do, but I would like to have a fuller look up front to go along with some of the other areas that's full in the front too. So I have to use enhancements here in order to achieve that. But before I use the enhancements, and I'm going to use hair fiber, but before I use enhancements, I want to create my lineup so that when the enhancements go away after a day or two, then he'll be left with an original lineup and not a lineup that you make with enhancements, right? So it's crucial to, when you're doing enhancements, to do your actual lineup first, right? Get a good look on that, do your actual lineup first. Once we have that side done, we come back and now we try to match this side up with the other side. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to match this side up with the other side. And once I get this side down pretty much to the way that I want it, then I can come back and use the enhancements. So what you do to one side, you do to the other side. Now is the time we come back. We use the enhancements. You put the card exactly on the line that you made, and you spray the enhancements above the line, right? Above the line, or right behind the line, right behind the card. You know what I mean? On the side. So now if you look, we already have a fuller look, right? So that's what we're doing, and making it look natural is the key. That's the main thing that you want to do, is make it look natural. You want everything to be full. You want everything to look fluent. Now, the haircut is matching, the front is matching the middle of his head and the back of his head where the hair is thickest, right? And just remember to spray behind the card, but put the card on the actual line that you made and fill it in that way. Make everything look good that way. After you get the enhancements on, you want to come back and you just want to sharpen the line up more detail and make sure this is where you're trying to get it exactly straight. Try to get everything, anything that's hanging over. You just want to make sure that this line is super crispy, right? That's all we want to do right here. After we get the enhancements on, it's about making it look super crisp, right? And because you did all the work before you put the enhancements on, it's not hard to do this afterwards. It's really just clean up, in front of, right where the enhancements are. You just making it look cleaner. That's it. You know what I mean? So you see how much cleaner it looks now that I'm detailing it. It was a little bit, it was still crisp, but this is crispier, right? So this is some of the steps it takes to get a crispy lineup. You know what I mean? So this is me in full action doing a crispy lineup. So the only thing about this haircut is I didn't realize that my camera stopped recording. So I didn't get a chance to show you the full overall, all around the back of the head haircut after completion. But you can kind of see where it's going. But what I will do, I took a picture of his haircut at the end while he was, just standing up paying. But I'll show you how it looks from the side at the end. But yeah, so I'll be back on my regular schedule. I'll start dropping 2 videos a week. One informational, just like barber tips, one, and then one with a haircut. Kind of just want to give y'all something different. Just giving a haircut all the time on a video is, it gets redundant, right? So you just kind of want to switch it up, do something different, give y'all something else to look forward to, right? So also, if you don't follow me on IG, follow me on IG. Also, I got an ebook coming if you're a barber and you want to know my gems to success, how to be successful as a barber. I have that ebook. So if you go to my Instagram in my link tree, I'll link all those things up. I should have that ebook up and published, ready to go by this time next week, right? So we should be good. You can get that ebook. You can purchase that along with my products. My IG is Mr. Outliner, just like my name, right? But that's the end of the video. This taper came out nice, man. I did my thing, man. What y'all think? You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment down in the description. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. You know how we do it. Until next time, love, peace, and hair grease.